I'm going to tell you about three amazing experiences you can have in New Orleans inside. Because maybe you're in New Orleans and it's really, really hot and humid outside, or maybe it's really wet and the sky is like falling down, or maybe you just need a break. Here are three things I would recommend doing, whether it's hot outside or not, whether it's raining outside or not, but definitely if it's hot and muggy outside. These three things are awesome, amazing experiences that are completely free and completely air conditioned. The first one I'm going to tell you about is the Sazerac House. The Sazerac House is a museum dedicated to the Sazerac drink. It's in a building from the 1860s, which has been totally renovated. It's not only a working distillery, but it's also a museum and the corporate headquarters of the Sazerac House. And it's really well done. There are lots of photo opportunities in here. It's multiple floors, and they will take you through the history of the Sazerac drink, of parts of New Orleans. It's completely self-guided. It takes about 90 minutes if you just walk on through it. It's completely free. You can sign up for free online. They have tours that go every 20 minutes. I've never had to wait for one. And as you walk through, you'll learn about the Sazerac drink. They'll give you three cocktail tasters. So you're probably asking, what is the Sazerac and why would I want to go to this museum? So the Sazerac is one of New Orleans' most famous cocktails. It was actually invented in a pharmacy because that's where cocktails came from. They were supposed to be medicine that help you out. The Sazerac was first created by Dr. Antoine Pechard in 1838 in his pharmacy, and he mixed cognac, absinthe, and his secret bitters recipe. So you can now go to the Sazerac House and taste their secret bitters and their Sazerac drinks. So like I said, they have three drinks you can try. It's a 90-minute self-guided tour. If you don't drink, it's still very interesting from a historical perspective. They have very nice bathrooms and it is air conditioned. So if it's pouring outside or it's super hot, I totally recommend the Sazerac House. It's on Canal Street. The second thing that I recommend doing in New Orleans if you're looking for an indoor experience is the New Orleans Historic Collection. I recommend going even if the weather's beautiful outside, but definitely if the weather is hot or muggy or rainy outside, go visit the New Orleans Historic Collection. They have a bunch of buildings in the French Quarter, but their main museum is right there on Royal Street. It's 520 Royal Street. First of all, the building itself is amazing. You'll recognize the courtyard from so many pictures of the French Quarter. And then they have rotating exhibits. So one of the ones that was my favorite in the past is they actually took famous paintings that they didn't know who painted them, and they asked kids to submit essays on what they thought was happening in the paintings. And then they posted what the experts said about the painting and what the kids said about the painting, and they were pretty funny. But they have a lot of serious exhibits too. I think at the moment they have one on the French Quarter, the history of the French Quarter. They have one on civil rights. New Orleans was a big part of the civil rights movement. They have one on the coastline of New Orleans. As you know, we're losing a lot of it and there's a lot of work to restore it. They have one on Vietnamese in New Orleans. If you're in New Orleans, be sure to have some Vietnamese food. We have a huge Vietnamese population. So they have these amazing exhibits in the New Orleans Historic Collection in this amazing building, and you should definitely go see it. They also have air conditioning and they have nice bathrooms. So if you're looking for an indoor experience, you cannot beat the New Orleans Historic Collection. The third indoor experience that's kind of a secret that I will share with you, but also on Royal Street, is the MS Rao Antique Shop. So it's an antique shop, but when I walk through it, it really feels like a museum. It is this huge building of like world-class paintings. I think at the moment they have Napoleon's death mask. They have artifacts from Abraham Lincoln. They have Rembrandts. They have Monets. They really have world-class paintings that you can buy if you're looking to drop a couple $1 million on your New Orleans vacation. But if you're not, you can go enjoy them in this museum. And they also have air conditioning throughout the whole thing. It's very climate controlled for the works of art that they have, which aren't just paintings, by the way. They have like antiquities and desks and silverware if you're into that, and arms if you're into that. And they also have really nice bathrooms. And they're really nice and welcoming of everybody, whether or not you're planning to drop a couple million. So those are the three things that I would recommend doing in New Orleans if you're looking for an indoor experience. The Sazerac House will tell you the history of our cocktails and of Sazerac in particular. It's on Canal Street. If you're going in a row, the next one will be the New Orleans Historic Collection, world-class collection of documents, art, and antiques, and their exhibits are really well done, and it's on a rotating schedule with always new ones coming in. So if you've been to New Orleans before and you visited it before, you can go back and see something new. It all relates to New Orleans. And then third, MS Rouse, the antique shop. Always just world famous art, really crazy exhibits worth seeing. So if you're in New Orleans and it's so hot you can't be outside, or it's so rainy you just need to get dry for a little bit, or if you're just looking for something else to do, you can't go wrong with the Sazerac House, New Orleans Historic Collection, and MS Rouse.